Alright, so we're going to be going over, I already messed with the intro, of course I did, but we're going to be going over the most recent NASCAR Craftsman truck race from Richmond. It happened yesterday morning to afternoon, because, yeah, it got rained out from Friday at 6:30 all the way to Saturday at 11 a.m. So that's when it started. It ended around this time, actually, 24 hours ago, so that's pretty cool there. I did not watch the Cup race, by the way, but that's a story for tomorrow's video, I think. Yeah, I didn't watch the Cup race, so, yeah, that's it there. I only watched this race because I went out. But yeah, we're going to be going over everything of note, so let's start off with the winner. Kane Honeycutt led over 220 laps and ended up getting the win for that Trek on 11 Toyota. What a race he had, man. Like I just said, over 220 laps, won both stages, and yeah, got the win. That was pure dominance right there. What an ass kicking, honestly, by Kane Honeycutt. Really needed this day as well, because I feel like if he finished worse, if he didn't win the race, I really do feel like Lane Riggs could have clinched the title, but he didn't finish top 10 either, so yeah, that was one bad pit stop that affected Lane Riggs' entire race at the end of it. And that's why he didn't really clinch, because he didn't get a good finish, and Honeycutt got the win and swept everything. So yeah, almost maxed out on points. He didn't get the fastest lap though, so that's pretty much it there. But other than Honeycutt just honeydick in the field, nothing else really happened. I mean, the only other caution was Stewart Friesen, and that's not what he needed, I don't think. No, it's not. We'll get to that in a minute. But let's cover the results real quick. Corey Hamm ends up second, good run for him. Wasn't really in the top 5 the entire race, but had a late race surge. Didn't get to Honeycutt at the end of it, but ends up running up finish. Christian Eckes ends up in 3rd place, good run for him. Shane Van Gisbergen started on the pole, ends up in 4th, good run for him as well. Grant Enfinger ends up in 5th. He needed that finish as well, because he was kind of hanging in the balance for that cutoff spot. Jay Garcia 6th. I think he's below the cutoff now, and I think a 6th place finish is a step in the right direction. He needs to have a really good race next week. We'll see what happens there. Chandler Smith ends up 9th, and how about Tristan McKee? Chandler Smith 7th. Tristan McKee ends up in 8th. How about that? 16 years old and already making NASCAR National Series starts with 3 ARCA Menard Series wins. Congrats to Tristan. He is, I think he's a couple years younger. He's 16 and I'm 18. Okay, I sound like I'm saying that, honestly. But congratulations to him. 16 years old, the 2nd youngest truck driver ever to make a start. So congrats to Tristan there. Gio Riguera ends up in 9th, and Danny Hamrick runs out of your top 10. So let's go over the standings real quick. That one caution was for Stewart Friesen. As we look at the bubble right now, by the way, Riguera and Majewski did clinch their way into the chase. Enfinger ends up with a 65-point gap, which is honestly very well done for him. If he has a good finish by next week, he is almost guaranteed a spot. So all he has to do is stay out of trouble, and he's good. Ben Rhodes, Hamrick, now plus 35. Ankrum actually gets in because of the freezing crash. Like I said, he was the only caution. He had a tire go down, I'm pretty sure. Was that? Yeah, a tire went down. He went to the wall, ended his race immediately. I think he was running top 10 as well, and I don't think he was that far below the cutoff. But now that he wrecked and Ankrum got a top 15, I believe, that puts them at a 20-point gap. And Garcia, by the way, with that 6th place finish, he closes in as well, only minus 21. So let's see what happens at New Hampshire. Not too sure how that's going to go. I think Friesen needs a good run. Ankrum really hasn't been that consistent in terms of good runs lately, so we'll see how that goes there. Could be pretty interesting, but I think Stewart Friesen could sneak his way in. We'll see what happens there. And for Garcia, he just has to be at the right place, right time. He has to have a really good race next week if he wants to get in as well. So we'll see what happens at New Hampshire, but that's pretty much about it. Nothing really much else happened in this race. This race was kind of mid in my opinion. I'm going to give it a 2.8 out of 5. So yeah, pretty much it. Just an ass kicking. So yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Everybody, thank you for watching, and that's pretty much it. Have a good day. Goodbye.